Cancer Sun and Moon. Welcome to your 2022 yearly reading. Today we're going to break down your 2022 and see what it has in store for you. This is a reading I did for myself on my birthday to get an idea of what my next year ahead looks like, and it was a very helpful reading. So this is how we will do this. We're going to get an Archetypes card to get an idea of your theme for 2022, that big overall picture. And then we'll break the year down into 4 different parts. We'll get a tarot card to represent each quarter, and then an animal spirit card to clarify the tarot cards, breaking down the year a little bit for you. This reading I also call the Wild Unknown reading because every deck here is one made by Kim Krans. These are all her decks. So the Wild Unknown reading. And also the Cancer is one of my signs as well. It's my moon sign. I have a Cancer moon. So let us get started. Let's get our Archetypes card here. So Archetypes deck, please give me the theme card for Cancer for 2022. Oh, we almost had it right away. Let's see. Please give me the theme card for Cancer for 2022. Nope. One card, please. Oh, there we go. The womb on top right there. The womb. So it feels very Cancer-esque to me, actually. So the womb off the bat reminds me of the mothering energy that's going inside, that safety, that security. But let us take a deeper look here. So Cancer, for your 2022, it feels like with the womb card for our theme here, we're going into a rebirth process for sure, right? So we were born first from the womb. Everybody comes out of a womb at some point. We have not gotten to the point where we grow babies artificially in artificial wombs, at least for the most part. I'm sure it's happened at least once somewhere. But for the most part, we all come out of the womb, our mother's womb, right? And that process of being in the womb, that is a time to receive. It is a time of nourishment. It is a time of growth. And it is a place where we don't move from either, at least not for a long time, because we are in the process of that growth for a very, very long time. And it is a time where we are literally just constantly receiving, right? Constantly receiving nutrients, energy, love, care from the body of our mother, right? So this womb reaches back through generations as well, because again, everybody comes from this energy. Everybody comes from the energy of the womb. So you have to look at your mother and the mother, your mother's mother and your mother's mother's mother, and all the way back through your ancestral lines, right? So it talks, to me, the womb talks about that ancestry as well, and looking through and what you have received over time through your ancestors, what knowledge, what power, what abilities, thought processes, traumas, all those things get passed down generationally because we are taught and receive through this womb energy, right? So for Cancer, for you for 2022, it feels like we are in that rebirth process. We're going back into this womb energy and regrowing, reconfiguring ourselves, resituating, and rediscovering, and just receiving lots of care, love, affection, and energy. From people in our lives, from the universe, from Mother Earth, all those pieces. You are just receiving lots of abundance and things that'll help you grow, and being reborn again as you relearn the world for another time. So let us get into our breakdown of the year now. We'll put this card over here. So I'll get our first card from the tarot, the Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay. Wild Unknown, please give me the first quarter card for Cancer for 2022. First quarter card for Cancer for the year 2022. Too many cards. One card, please. One card, please. Ooh, it's very talkative right now. Hold on, calm down. Please give me the first card for Cancer for 2022. First quarter card. One card. Thank you. The World. Ooh, okay. That is poetic, it feels like, for the womb. That coming into the world, right? Coming into the world, through the womb. 2W sounds right there. W cards. Let's get some clarification now. So clarification from the Animal Spirit deck. Okay. Animal Spirit deck, please give me clarification on the World card for Cancer for 2022, their first quarter card. Clarification on the World, please. One card. Oh, okay. The Owl. The owls come out in another group as well. So far, we haven't had any repeats till now. Okay, so let us see what we have here. So Cancer, so for the beginning of 2022 here, we are in a place of great abundance, it feels like, which is good as we continue through for all this receiving energy we're going to have. It feels like the world's at our fingertips here, right? And our white owl down here talks about, again, those treasures and the ability to see the treasures we have in life, the pleasures, all those little pieces. It's a highly spiritual animal, and asks us to look a little deeper on things. With both of these cards in play here for your first quarter of the year, there's a lot of abundance going on here. So there could be a new job coming in, a new relationship, something that's going to add a lot of wealth and value and abundance and other pieces to your life. And it's in a material sense, but it's also in a spiritual sense and an emotional sense, all the pieces, right? This World card is all encompassing here, all those pieces. So there's a harmony, a balance, there's healing here, which is really good to see in comparisons with the womb, right? Because we're starting another rebirth process, it feels like, through the year 2022. And the womb card talks about that as well, for going into the womb to receive that nourishment, receive that love, receive that affection, right? So we are fully in that place, it feels like, in the beginning of 2022 here, between the theme of our 2022 for Cancer and then for this first quarter here. That World, again, talks that harmony, that balance, that completion, right? So we did a lot of work, it feels like, beforehand in 2021. We've been going through a full cycle, and we've completed that. We are coming to this completion. So whether it finished at 2022 or we'll finish by the end, or completion at the end of 2021, and whether it finishes at the end of 2022, we are in this process of completion here with the World, coming full circle, coming to an end and restarting. So it's, again, that rebirth process coming in, right, with the World. So just for our start here, we get a lot of wholeness, we get a lot of abundance and treasure and affection and love and healing, and that is working into a rebirth process here. So it feels like for some of us, it is kind of that like last stage again. So we have been working towards it, and this is that final year of this completion cycle for us. So we're completing the World in this case. It coming to an end for us here, or it has ended for us last year with 2021, and then we're starting anew here. Either way, it works out for that rebirth, right? Because we're going into that rebirth process or finishing that rebirth process. But either way, we're somebody new, and we feel whole and complete and feel a lot of abundance in our life in this first quarter here. Let us move into the second quarter. So this is January, February, March, and then we'll go into April, May, June right here. Okay, Tarot, second card for Cancer for 2022, please. Second quarter card. The Daughter of Swords. Okay, look at this owl imagery that we have. Very interesting. Okay. Now we'll get our animal spirit to clarify. Please clarify the Daughter of Swords, please, for Cancer for their second quarter of 2022. Daughter of Swords clarification, please. There we go. Tarantula. Okay, interesting. So Cancer, we come into our second quarter here with all this abundance of energy, right? We're in this midst of this rehealing, rebirth process. And the tarantula talks about coming to a decision point in our lives over something. The tarantula sits very, very still in waiting to kind of pounce on that moment, right? And our Daughter of Swords energy here is very observant and very quiet and still and keen and paying attention to everything kind of going around it, going around themselves. So the energy for the second quarter here, it looks like we are observing a choice that we have around us, and we're making sure we are trying to be very clear, very focused, very sharp, hence sword energy here, right? For the choice that we make moving forward, especially in this full rebirth process that we're going through. There is an important choice here for choosing our spirituality, choosing our path, our bigger life purpose, right? That we have come into already with the World card, that huge happiness, that huge completion, right? But you have to actively keep choosing it too. You might have discovered it somewhere in the end of 2021 into 2022, but you have to actively keep choosing it and moving forward in it as well. So the tarantula comes at a time for a crossroads, or that choice, deliberate choice needing to be made. And that's why it's clarifying this Daughter of Swords energy here, right? Because Daughter of Swords, we're sitting in the energy of being really observant, trying to trust our instincts, trust that gut voice we have in ourselves, trusting our mind and everything we've learned at this point, right? And moving forward deliberately with courage and focus and optimism, and making the right choice for ourselves in a time of a very big decision here. So it's having that courage, having that strength to make the proper choice, right? And Tarantula card does not worry about one making that choice. It knows that you will, but it is an active choice, an active matter. This Tarantula is a fire card here. We can see it in our elemental symbol, and then a lot of the coloring here in the Tarantula. So again, with the tarantula clarification here, just asks you're going to be in this observational energy here in the second quarter, but there's a difference between observing before making a choice and hesitating, right? Letting ourselves be caught in the fear before moving forward. So just be careful, really watch. There's a deliberate line here. There's a very specific line to watch out for between observing before you're moving forward and hesitating, right? So just be very sure here, and very aware of what's going on, because you don't want to stagnate the energy that you have here. We don't want to stagnate this world energy. We want to choose our right path in this crossroads that the tarantula talks about. So you see a crossroad here with the sword and the handle. So we want to make sure we choose the correct path and continue with this world energy, because you've already put in so much work up until this point, and we don't want it to go off kilter now, okay? So that is what our second quarter is talking about. Let us see how this progresses into the third. Let me just fix our cards a little bit here. There we go. Okay, Tarot, third quarter card for Cancer for 2022, please. Third quarter card. Thank you. Like that. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And clarification card, please, from Animal Spirit on the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Thank you. Moth. Okay. So off the bat, I've had a chance to read Moth before. Moth is a very flighty energy. It is an energy that is listless and kind of goes to the light. So let us see how this clarifies our Five of Pentacles here. So coming into the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, this energy, we have a pretty solid start to our 2022, but we potentially run into a little bit of a roadblock here in the summer. So this is July, August, September for our third quarter here. So Five of Pentacles upright usually is lots of sadness, not a lot of stability and everything. And we had too much of it already to start here. So I don't believe as we move into this third quarter that we've lost all of it completely. We did not make this huge flip already. But where we are getting lost, there's some chaos in our lives potentially with this moth energy. We maybe have too many decisions in front of us. We maybe did take a little bit of a wrong turn here, and it's causing a lot of confusion. Again, this moth energy, if you just think about a moth, right, they're just flying to the light. They can get themselves in any kind of situation, potentially even dangerous for themselves sometimes because they're just chasing the light. A little bit of a story I've given in prior readings about the moth is like, I know if there's like a moth in the house, right, and it's flying above the hallway lights close to my room, if I turn off that hallway light and that my light is on in my room, that moth's gonna find a way into my room, against my wants, against my hope, right? But that's what the moth does, is it's chasing the light kind of no matter what situation it puts itself into, and even potentially dangerous ones. So while I don't feel like with all this prior energy we've had, right, with the Five of Pentacles, we do run into a little bit of a stumbling here, where we don't feel as financially sound, maybe as spiritually sound, as emotionally sound, for everything that's coming into our lives, where you feel like we're in this chaos a little bit here. But something to keep in mind, that I've been telling most of the groups that it's been coming up for, you do have free will. Free will in all these situations. This is just a reading of the energy currently and big picture energy, right, for 2022. It might sound bad for the initials for what I'm talking about in the cards, but maybe it doesn't actually turn out, the energy is similar, but doesn't turn out as badly or as intensely as what I'm describing in these cards, right? So just keep that in mind. You'll be feeling this energy potentially, but you have the ability to change it and do something different, change it and make a better choice. Again, as we're reading, right, and everything, if you had an inkling here with a tarantula for the choice you made didn't feel quite right, you can go back and change that, right? And if you go back and change it and get on your right path here, then you might not even enter into this energy at all. So just something to keep in mind for that. But moth, when it's in a positive, right, it's a very whimsical kind of energetic energy, and you can be in that energy. And just make sure that you're not trying to take the easy way out, right? Because that's definitely something that'll lead into this Five of Pentacles energy, whether it's reverse or upright. But again, we have free will here, so we can make a choice. We can do something different. You're kind of coming into, this is kind of around your birthday, right, Cancer? So for that July energy, for me, for Cancer moon, it's coming up in that August energy. So just be very cautious, be very aware. If you feel like you've made the wrong choice at some point, or you are in a situation that doesn't serve you, pivot, get out, course correct. You have that ability to do so. Again, that moth can make a different choice at any given moment, right? Following the light, but make sure that light is authentic and true at the same time. If you are actually following the proper lights, that proper big spiritual energy, that big spiritual guidance, right? If you're following that energy as you're moving whimsically and kind of flighty here as a moth, the moth energy, you might not end up in a situation that's quite as dire as usually what the Five of Pentacles would represent here, okay? So something to just keep in mind. So progress forward, progress and course correct as you need to, right? Make sure to stay, you want to try and make this world energy last as long as possible here. Pull it through. And again, we are trying to reheal, right, through this womb energy. So we are feeling a lack of it despite being in it still in this kind of third quarter here. So just keep it in mind. You might run into a little bit of a roadblock here in that third quarter, but let's see how we finish out for our fourth quarter for the end of the year. Okay, Tarot, please give me the last quarter card, fourth quarter card for Cancer for 2022. Last quarter card. Oh, okay. Ooh, Father of Wands. And clarification card for Father of Wands, please, for Cancer for last quarter of 2022. Oh, just do the one that is Tiger. Okay, lots of good fire energy here at the end. Lots of good fire energy. Okay, Cancer, this is really good to see for our last quarter here, right? So, wherever we might have stumbled or maybe gotten a little bit lost along the way in our third quarter, we pivot, we course correct, we get situated again as we come to the end of 2022. So, our Father of Wands here, it's a very strong, charismatic, passionate energy. The Father of Wands is a very caring person, a very caring card, family focused on there, making sure everyone is strong. So lots of strong leadership, strong force, right? And that is mirrored down below with our tiger card here. So this is a very masculine energy, and then the tiger is a very feminine energy. We see it with the crescent moon on the forehead of the tiger here. This big, powerful feminine energy that is going to be very strong, sitting in the stillness, hunting, that kind of darkness, that deepness, right? Again, representative of the womb. So we get this triangle energy again, right? So the fire element symbol being a triangle, but we get that like kind of orangey yellow, and again this orangey yellow here, right? So we kind of come full circle. It's tying back around for our womb energy for the start of the year. And notice here that our lightning coming down around our Father of Wands here is this red orange color as well. So lots of mirrored coloring here for lots of deep like root chakra, like deep power and sensuality, kind of sensual energy into that orangey color. Lots of that womb energy showing up for you at the end of the year. So we've made this full progression through for this big deep healing and come to a lot of power and a lot of ability and a lot of strength towards the end here of 2022, which is wonderful to see. I'm kind of happy to hear this as a Cancer moon, so I'm excited to hear about it. But we've done a lot, right? So this is a good energy to have at the end of the year and to start us off for the next one. We've learned a lot, and this shows, and we've completed our rebirth process, but definitely by the end of the year for our fourth quarter here. So with the tiger, there's a sense of ease here, a sense of it's that inner strength card. Another card I wouldn't have been surprised to show up here would have been the strength card, or maybe the chariot, but mostly the strength card, which is also a lion on there, with that deep inner strength and knowing and wisdom for when to use our power, knowing the powers and abilities we have, right? So Father of Wands, a very charismatic, powerful energy. People are drawn to a Father of Wands energy. Because they're strong in that leadership, strong in that ability to take charge and do it in a gentle, fiery, passionate way as well, mirrored with the tiger as our clarification card down here. Also very gentle, nurturing energy with so much power behind them. So we come at the end of 2022 as a Cancer for a very strong, sensual, passionate energy, a rebirth process. Again, that sensuality coming out of that sacral chakra, which is where this womb is at, in the feminine energy. We have the masculine energy and the feminine energy here. So that full cycle completion, right? Where it's like, okay, it feels like it went start, open, 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 back into close, right? So we come very full circle for the full year of 2022, which is really good. So for those that have feel like they're in the end of this world cycle here, you definitely come to a solid ending here. A great way to complete and finish your process of rebirth and regrowth. Through 2022, and those that have already finished, this is a great new start too, right? So we have a little bit that we're finishing out here, right, with this world energy that we figured out over through our year, and we're coming out of it in a 1 year very, very strong and powerful again. Moving into lots of new great things for us here. So very strong energy. I'm excited as a Cancer as well to see how this energy progresses. But the Cancer, that's all I have for you today. So hopefully this reading was helpful to you. Please let me know down in the comments below as your kind of quarters progress here, what that energy ended up feeling like, what it ended up being like. Again, lots of free will in here too. Just keep that in mind. But I'm curious to see for myself as well how these themes play out for us in 2022. But Cancer, I hope you have a wonderful 2022. That's all I have for you today. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. It helped me out a lot. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.